Okay, the blocker mover wheel offense. This is made famous by the Bennett family. Tony Bennett, University of Virginia, his father Dick Bennett. There's a lot of things you can do with this offense. If you have two post players that you really don't want handling the ball outside of their normal post assignments, this is a good offense. If you've got guards that you would like to post up, you can use that for this offense. Shooters are going to get flare screens. Drivers are going to come off pin screens and be able to drive the middle. There's a lot of things you can do with this. If you like ball screens, you can incorporate ball screens into the blocker mover. You can run it with 5 guards, 4 guards. We tended to run this more traditional with 2 posts. We had 2 post players that we didn't necessarily want to handle the ball at all on the perimeter, but we didn't want to run a clogged in, 3 out, 2 in type motion offense. So when we went to this, I was surprised at the type of shots that we got, and it's very, very hard to guard. So we'll go over the basic pattern of how this works now. So basically, you've got 2 blockers, 2 screeners. That's these 2 kids right here. Then you've got 3 movers, and they're going to be rotating in the pattern of a wheel. And it's the blocker's job to screen for the mover, just the mover's job to get open. The posts are going to touch the ball. If you want post entries, you can definitely do that, and you'll see some of the examples on this. But basically, the post who's on ball side is posting up and then setting pin screens for this player running low. The opposite post is high here in the slot, almost like they're running horns, and they're going to be setting flare screens for this top guard. So your top guard's coming off a flare, this bottom guard is coming off a pin screen, and this bottom guard can flare to the corner, go all the way up to the 3-point line. She can come off this and curl into the middle. It's up to the guards. And we would do a lot of 3-on-3 breakdown drills, teaching these guards how to make the reads, because the defender is going to tell you where you're supposed to go, and you'll see some more examples of that here. So this is somewhat early after we put this in, and the team that we're playing won our league. This team in dark blue. This was a good team that we were playing. So again, there's our top flare screen, and I think this is one of the hardest screens, especially for high school teams, to guard. I don't think you see a ton of these, and I think teams struggle to guard this. So there's our pin screen down here. We're doing a nice job. We got both screens set. So if this wasn't there, this guard could easily throw it back to this mover coming off of that pin screen. But this was our best shooter, so that was our first look. Throw the flare, get a 3. All right, now we're on the opposite side. So we have our post player down here. We have our setting our post up pin screen. Our flare screener's up here. This player's in the middle. And the minute she dribbles over, that triggers these actions. So now we're coming off a pin screen here, and we're getting a flare up here. She was a great flare screener. She would headhunt these kids, which is what you need to do. It was really, really good. Maybe illegal, but hey, they didn't call it. Throwback. I really think that, you need to get this player to post up really hard on here. So let's back this up just a bit. So after this screen, and again, that's not a great screen, she needs to be more active. A leg whip post up right now, she's probably going to get the ball. But that just wasn't who that kid was. So we're coming down. Let's run it back again. There it is, another flare action, and she's coming right off this screen. Now again, this is a good team. This is her defender. She is lost. I mean, complete. She is just watching the ball, has no idea where her defender is. Now, normally we don't like this shot. That's the worst shot in basketball. It's an 18-foot layup. But this kid, she did not like shooting threes, and she was really confident shooting that shot. Not normally something that I like, but I guess every once in a while you can make exceptions. So here we are again. We're still in blocker. Got a post up on this side. She's getting ready to set a flare, and now we have our low runner here. Throw back, drive, just a basic post action, lifting up. That was really good. She ended up making that, even though the video got cut off. Flare. All right. You'll get this here a lot too. We really struggled to make this pass for whatever reason, but if you watch this, we try and teach these guards, if your defender tries to fight over top of the flare, to curl it. Because with how the offense is designed, that's usually really open. And I mean, this pass has to get made, obviously. That's a layup. We don't throw it. She pops out to 3. I mean, we still end up getting a 3 out of this, but, we like layups. All right, still running it. Now, this is a different game. The team in green has 5 Division I athletes on the floor. They're not basketball D1 players, but softball, lacrosse, track. I mean, these are really good athletes that we're playing against. They were second in our league. They were very, very tough team to play against. They have all this size and speed, which makes it really hard. But we definitely competed with them. So there's our flare. Now, let's go back and look. We don't set a very good flare screen here. So again, you got to teach your kids, man. You got to teach them. Your role is really important here, because we don't set that. We have no chance to set that flare screen, and we don't get our pin screen down here either. This was, I believe, our first game after we put this in, so you expect a little bit of bumps. But if you got a post player, we'd like her a little lower than that. But if you've got a really good post player, this is a good offense to get her the ball. All right, running it back. A little bit better on the flare. And that's a shot that she likes. We don't get it. She misses it, but normally that's a shot that she knocks down pretty consistently. Again, this is a good team we're playing, and this is our best shooter, and she's being guarded by their best defender, and she is completely lost. Running that wheel action, throw back, and we'll take that shot all day. She misses it, but again, that's normally a really good look for her. Really good driving possibilities with this when you come off the flare as well, just like that. All right. So we got a post up. Nothing's there. We're coming up, setting the flare high. That's good. Really good job here. Now, on this flare, that's not the best pass, by the way. But on this flare screen, if you don't get an immediate shot or a baseline drive, there's a lot of things you can do. If you like ball screens, this is a great opportunity to set a naked corner ball screen where you go up, get a refusal. A lot of things you can do with that. If this is a guard, she can pick and pop to the corner. But we didn't want to get overly complicated here. And on our flares, we would either just dive or slip. Sometimes it was open. Normally it wasn't. But we didn't want to throw too much at them. But if you have a team that can do that, they can ball screen off of the flare pass, I think it's a great option. We don't have anything. We reverse it. But we still get a nice drive and a score. All right, later on in the season, we're definitely getting better at running this. And this is a team that we beat pretty handily. So these are some pretty good clips to show the offense in action. So now we have a guard as one of the blockers. And this is a guard that likes to post up. She likes to pick and pop. Again, very versatile offense. You can do a lot with this. Back this up just a bit. So now we're running off the pin screen. We're getting our screens now, not bad. And again, great opportunity. We have a size advantage, and we had told our guards that, we need to get the ball inside a little more. Come off, seal, lob. We end up scoring. This is a good offense if you've got post or big guards, no doubt. So we got our flare here. Now, I believe this is the one where, the camera goes crazy on this, but take my word for it, she makes this shot. So here's our wheel action. We got our runner low, our flare high. Again, hard to guard, and it goes in. There you can see the referee. It went in. Should be posting up. Our post player forgets that, hey, you're ball side, you need to be down here. But we still come off the wheel. She tries to front. We really wanted to get the ball inside this game. Pretty easy bucket. All right, so again, we are missing these opportunities, and we are really open here. So high flare screen, really good. Coming off the pin, there's our throwback. And again, we wanted to get the ball inside. If you've got that size advantage, this is a good offense to do that with. All right, there's our wheel, throwback. Now, one of the things that I think guards, a lot of young guards, really struggle with is when they catch to at least, eyes on the rim on every catch. And you can see here, we've got to get the ball inside here. It rarely will you get an opportunity for a post player. She's really working hard down there. So, your guards have to understand that it's hard to get your post players to continue to play hard, and set good screens and rebound and run and all that if you don't, feed them the ball when they're working for it. And she can score down there. So, these are things that you really need to stress to your kids, I think. But don't get it. We keep running it. Still get a good look, but I think we could have had a layup on that possession. All right. Here comes a flare screen from our guard. Nice read here by our top scorer here. She gets it, and normally she really likes to shoot threes and probably could have here, but a really good decision just to see that gap and get all the way to the rim. All right. Coming down. And again, we were getting pretty good at this in transition because we're already kind of in our spots. And you can see that no one is even picked up our point guard at this point. So it's an easy catch and a foul. All right. Coming the other way down. Post up. There's our throwback. There's our flare. Again, if you have a guard that likes to post up, if you have an advantage, it's a great offense for that. So again, let's take this back. Again, this is a guard, a fair shooter, but she liked to drive, and she knew that she had a mismatch here. So we told her, after you flare, dive hard. You're going to have a good opportunity. So we'll take that all day. So here we go again. There's our wheel action. So again, here's another example of, if we had the ability to try to make that pass, that's open, I think. But we're coming off the pin screen, and this is something else that we work on a lot in practice. So you've got our mover coming off of a screen, and she catches it and drives immediately. Now, one of the things that you're going to get out of this if you work on it is what's called a boomerang pass. Now, the boomerang pass, right on this catch, we should still be doing our flare screen action here. So when the guard drives middle, if she doesn't have anything, we should be flaring or screening here and hitting that little flare pass right here. But again, still kind of learning what's going on with the offense. And we end up missing an opportunity. All right. Don't get our screen. That's okay. Again, mismatch down low, but story of our year, even though we're winning this one, just can't finish. So back, throwback. Don't have it. Now there's our curl, and we miss, and this is another missed opportunity here. So we've got really our top scorer now coming off of a screen, maybe an illegal screen, but they didn't call it, and she makes a great read to curl this. That pass has to be there now. She's open, she's still open, and throws it late. So it's a missed opportunity for a layup. All right, here we go again. More flare, wheel, and again, had we boomeranged, we probably don't turn this over. So we have options coming off this. So our guard comes off, she curls it, not a terrible decision. Our post player's open for a lob, but if our guard flares, maybe her defender goes with her. She can't stand there. Our spacing gets jacked up, and we end up having a turnover. Okay. There's the wheel. Don't like the flare. Get a reset, lob, score. Now, again, some of these details, this is a very young player. She was a freshman on this team, and, our spacing is really messed up. On that, she should definitely not be there. She should be more in this area, but we still make a nice play. Our post makes a nice play to score on this anyway. All right, this is late in the year. We're getting much better at running at it, of executing the offense. So there's our flare. Don't like it. Throw it back. See how the ball's moving a little bit quicker now. Excellent decision again. Drive, just can't finish. That was the right decision though. So we're still in blocker. There's our flare. Now again, this is a nice play. And again, on this flare pass, as a coach, you can decide what you want to do. That wasn't the best flare screen in the world, but we just told our post just to dive. But you can ball screen out of this. This was a nice play by that young guard. All right, so there again, teach your kids. You have to do your job. So we're looking for a good hard flare screen here, and that's just not gonna work. But on this side, we set a bone jarring screen on the pin screen. So we have our top shooter coming down here, and she just nails her. Gets a post feed. We get a dive, and it's just a shame we just couldn't finish, but the opportunities are definitely there. Flare screen, nice job here. This is a good defensive play, but I wanted to put this in here because she makes the right read here. So basically, the defense is going to tell you where to go. She tries to go over top. Instead of locking and trailing, she tries to split and go over top of this screen, which means you should be flaring off to the corner. That's the right decision. She drives baseline. She just recovers and makes a nice play, but that was the right decision to make. Okay, so more wheel action. And this is, when you have shooters, they're going to get shots out of this. There's just there's no way around it. Defenders get tired of chasing. And, again, these are drills that we like to do in practice a lot because they're the type of shots that we're going to get in the games. So she's coming off of that, throwback, catch, shot. So that's the basic idea of the lane wheel action inside blocker mover. I would say if you had two post players that you wanted on the floor at the same time that aren't really great at handling the ball but might be good on the low block or good screeners and guards that can play a little bit, I think it's a good offense to run. If you've got big guards that you want to post up, you can do that. You can do ball screen stuff out of it. There's a lot of options. Again, this was the pretty basic pattern offense of this. It allows some reads to be made, but I really do like it. I think you get. I think it's hard to guard. I think it puts the defense in some tough situations. It does take practice time as far as drills and understanding the reads, but if you put the time into it, I think you'll be pretty happy with it. We were pretty efficient running this, and we didn't put this in. We kind of had to put this in through necessity, and we didn't put this in until Christmas break. So this was still pretty new to this team, and I thought we did a pretty good job running it. So that is the wheel action blocker mover.